There, today I'm going to talk about your mother. Yes, let's talk about your mother. Did you know that your relationship with your mother can greatly affect your levels of self-esteem, self-worth, self-image, self-love, self-confidence? Stop. You know, when you could be like the strongest person in the world. You could be this CEO, C-level executive. You are a mover and a shaker, and you are making decisions all day long and doing what you need to do. And yet one little remark from your mom about your hair or something in the past, and it could send you off the deep end. It could just crumble you. It could take your levels of self and it could just crush you. When that happens, what do? Chances are, most of you will tell me that you stop talking to her, or you say, you know what, I'm an awesome person. I don't need her anymore. I'm sick of this. But the thing is every time you walk away and you say, I'm done with this, I'm over this, and you don't find a way to come to terms with it for yourself, not about her, for yourself. When that happens, then you're going to keep repeating that scenario over and over and over and over again. And that's the definition of insanity, right? Doing something over and over and over again and expecting different results. Do you ever find yourself saying, okay, this time when I'm hanging out with my mom, I'm going to feel empowered. I'm not going to let her get to me. I'm not going to let her say anything that bothers me. And then one little something, and there you go. There goes your resolve. When that happens, you can check in with your levels of self before, as you find yourself starting to, like I'll say erupt, like think about like a volcano, right? It starts bubbling on the bottom and then you feel it and it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up. When you feel yourself doing that, when you feel yourself getting to the point of eruption, stop and check on your levels of self. And that's not always easy. This is something you want to train yourself to do. It's like counting to 5 or counting to 10 when you're angry. I'm sure you've heard that somebody say, oh, if you're really mad, count to 10 before you say anything, or count to 10 before you make a decision. Because what that's doing is it's giving you an opportunity to not react. And that way you're able to act, because you will act in the way that this is how I want to live my life. This is how I feel the most empowered. But when you're reacting, you're acting in the moment. You're acting in the heat of the moment. You're acting because something triggered you and hijacked your emotions. And when that happens, you are not really happy with yourself. When it's all said and done, you're like, why did I do that again? Why did I let that happen? Now, think about this when you're checking in with your levels of self. Stop and go over the conversation. And remember, you're going to go over the conversation in your mind based on how you were feeling at the time. So it could be something that your mom said, really innocently, or it could be something that she does over and over and over again that's hurtful and spiteful. But here's the thing. When she's hurtful and she's spiteful, it's not about you. It's not about you at all. It's about where she is in her life and how she views her levels of self. Think about that. We all have our own levels of self, and we all interact with other people based on our levels of self. It's never about us. It's always about the other person. If you can adapt that thought process, if you can take that into your mind, if you can start understanding that this relationship that's volatile, this volatile relationship that you have with your mom, and you've tried and tried and tried, and you just don't know, like, how do I step out of this? How does this stop bothering me? Knowing where you are on your levels of self. So let's stop for a minute and go over the conversation. Maybe she said something, I don't know, about your weight. Let's take that one. That's a good one. And you are so triggered by this and you think, oh my gosh, I don't understand it. No matter what I wear, no matter what I do, no matter how much I exercise, she's always criticizing me about my weight. Well, think about this. There's obviously something in her levels of self about weight. There's a belief that she has about how her daughter should look, how other people should look. And you know what? That's her belief. That's what she is taking on as her truth. And when she's taking that on as her truth, she's going to judge others based on how she sees her truth, based on what she believes. And this is why it's so important for us to understand what we believe to be true and know where that belief came from, and then give ourselves the opportunity to say, do I really believe that? Or am I at a point now in my life where this belief can be open for debate? So if your belief is that your mom criticizes you all the time and that your mom is not loving to you or whatever it is, and now, of course, this whole conversation, this is about a negative relationship with mothers, right? This is not to say that, there aren't people out there who have wonderful, fabulous relationships with their mothers, and that's wonderful. But if you find yourself being triggered, if you find yourself hitting rock bottom over and over and over again, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You keep having the same feelings, the same emotions. You keep feeling so disempowered around your mother. I can tell you that this is an opportunity for you to go within. This is an opportunity for you to look within and say, why does this keep bothering me? Why does this keep hijacking my emotions? Why does this keep whatever it is that it's doing for you? Because when you can answer that question, then you're one step closer to healing. Because we all have this inner child within us, right? That's where all our beliefs come from. That's where everything we believe to be true about ourselves started, in childhood. And we take those beliefs, and every one of those beliefs has a feeling and an emotion attached to it, and we bring them with us into adulthood. And now that little child in us wants something to be different. But of course, our adult self is going through life doing what we need to do. And we don't even realize that subconsciously we're making decisions based on childhood beliefs and feelings. So if this is something that you would like to be more empowered around, if you would like to strengthen your mother-daughter relationship or find a way to eliminate the hassles and the strife and the grief and the shame and the frustration over your mother-daughter relationship, I would invite you to go to masteringyourbeliefs.com. I have something there that will support anyone on all levels of self, wherever you are. And maybe one of those might be that you're interested in purchasing my book, Healing the Child Within. Life is all about choices. I have had such great feedback on this book. I have had women take workshops with me around this book and purchase the book for themselves and their daughters and do some internal work with the family. This has such a powerful mind shift for you. So if you're hijacked by your mother-daughter relationship, if you find yourself over and over and over again, like feeling disappointed and disempowered around your mother, start somewhere. Take the first step. Maybe it's just hearing this video. Maybe it's going to masteringyourbeliefs.com. Maybe it's ordering this book. Wherever you are in control. Never let someone steal your power from you. Never let someone steal your joy, because the only way they can do it is if you give them permission. I hope that this information has been helpful for you, and please let me know how I can serve and support you. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller saying ciao for now.